How's lunch? Yeah? All right.
Cookies are delicious.
So here we go. So our first speaker for lunchtime is Heron Greenesmith, Esquire, who leads the Movement Advancement Project's regulatory policy, conducts research in support of MAP's public policy work, and supports MAP's movement analysis. Their work has focused on legal analysis of religious exemption laws and the particular disparities facing bisexual people. Heron is a graduate of the University of New Hampshire and American University, Washington College of Law, and is admitted to the New York and Massachusetts bars. They are a board member of the National LGBT Bar Association, a co-founder of Bi Law, a former fellow with the Rockwood Leadership Institute, and a returned Peace Corps volunteer. Today, Heron will be sharing analysis from Understanding Issues Facing LGBT Older Adults, a report released by Movement Advancement Project and SAGE this very morning. Heron?
Hello. That was romantic. It's an honor to be here today. For me, it's an honor to stand among giants, literally the giants of our movement, to work among giants and to learn from you all today. Thank you to Terry and to Kim. Thank you to Pride Action Team. And thank you to the AARP. I can talk very loudly.
Back in the house.
I was afraid the mic might overwhelm you all, but I can talk loudly. So today, SAGE and the Movement Advancement Project are releasing a new report on the lives of LGBT older adults. A new chapter in a partnership that began 7 years ago with the release of a series of reports entitled Improving the Lives of LGBT Older Adults. You can visit lgbtmap.org/older adults to see this report today and all of our reports on older LGBT adults. Today's report is meant to be an introduction to LGBT older adults. Rather than capturing all of your unique and valuable stories, it seeks to summarize data about what we know about LGBT older adults in a format that can be used for advocacy, for engaging, and for building bridges with new audiences. And today I'd like to share some key findings with you. The three cornerstones to successful aging are good health and competent health care, economic stability and security, and strong social and family support. Unfortunately, these are the exact areas in which LGBT older adults face disparities when compared with non-LGBT peers. The cumulative effect of a lifetime of discrimination and stigma and living with unequal and discriminatory laws and policies for most of their lives is that LGBT elders face unique challenges as they age. A lifetime of discrimination, especially in housing and employment, and a long-term lack of legal and social recognition combine to create deep economic insecurity for LGBT elders. The cumulative impact of this discrimination over a lifetime is that LGBT older adults are at increased risk for poverty. Nearly a third of LGBT older adults aged 65 and older live at or below 200% of the federal poverty level. This is compared to about a quarter of non-LGBT older adults, which in itself is a tragedy. This percentage rises to 40% of LGBT adults 80 and over. Bisexual older adults 65 and older have shocking poverty rates. 47% of bi older men and 48% of bi older women live at or below 200% of the federal poverty level. Trans older adults have similar rates. 48% of trans older adults live at or below 200% of the federal poverty level. A reliance on chosen family due to family rejection and legalized discrimination creates social isolation and vulnerability for LGBT elders. LGBT older adults grew up in a time when being LGBT or having a partner of the same gender were illegal, literally punishable with jail time. Family rejection was rampant, and many LGBT people could not even consider raising children with a partner of the same gender. As a result, many LGBT elders built strong networks of friends and chosen family, but don't have the built-in informal familial networks of support that many non-LGBT elders rely on as they age, comprised of spouses and siblings and children and grandchildren. And these networks are called informal, in contrast with the formal care networks such as medical providers and care facilities. This lack of legal recognition, reliance on chosen family, and the lack of funding for LGBT-specific aging resources mean that LGBT elders are susceptible to isolation. Studies show that LGBT elders are much more likely to live alone than non-LGBT elders and are also less likely to access necessary services than the general aging population, services like visiting nurses or meal programs, despite their reliance on external providers rather than informal networks of care. Long-term discrimination, combined with a lack of competent and inclusive health care, leads to specific mental and physical health disparities. LGBT older adults who've lived through a lifetime of discrimination, social stigma, through family rejection, and through the aging and deaths of their social support networks experience minority stress. Minority stress can be defined as the impact of exposure to interpersonal and structural discrimination. That is, discrimination by individuals. So, for example, employment discrimination or housing discrimination. And legal structures, for example, the, say, inability to marry the person that you love and who takes care of you. Minority stress has concrete negative impacts on health and well-being. And in addition to minority stress, LGBT elders face an intricate healthcare system and barriers to accessing competent care. Older people living with HIV, for example, have particular health challenges, as do older transgender people and people who transition at an older age. In all, LGBT people struggle to receive competent, inclusive health care that meets their needs and addresses their lifetime experiences as LGBT people. And so, LGBT older adults face specific disparities. In physical health specifically, LGBT respondents to the National Health Interview Survey were more likely than non-LGBT respondents to be told that they have cancer. A study of older LGBT adults in California found that gay and bi men were more likely to report hypertension, diabetes, physical disability, and poor health status than heterosexual men. And the same study found that older lesbian and bi women report higher rates of physical disability as well. LGBT adults who comprise today's elders hold much of the LGBT community's history and memories. The contemporary movement is young enough that many of the elders present at the founding moments of our movement are alive today. It is crucial that elders receive competent, comprehensive care and support, not simply because those services are basic human rights, but also to support the dignity and the well-being of the change makers who paved the way for the incredible advancements of our community. In many respects, LGBT elders show remarkable resilience, given that many of their experiences as young people were in a time when LGBT people were less accepted, or worse, criminalized. They've experienced family rejection, and employment discrimination, and violence, and more. And yet, LGBT adults 65 and older, responding to a 2013 survey from Pew, were far less likely to say they weren't happy compared to those under 50. LGBT older adults have been on the forefront of the fight for equality and fairness, and they have the right to empowerment and support as they age. LGBT elders and their advocates are working on the federal and state and local level in government, in agencies, and in communities to remove the structural and societal barriers to successful aging. This report is a resource for LGBT older adults and their advocates, an illustration of the disparities and a roadmap for change. Thank you to SAGE for partnering on the report, for Pride Action Tank for having us, and the AARP for hosting us today. And now, it is my distinct honor to introduce your keynote speaker, Barbara Satin.